Okay, we are looking at subjective pronouns in this first example. Subjective pronouns are also called nominative pronouns. The two words are interchangeable. You can use subjective or nominative to refer to a pronoun which can serve as the subject of an independent clause. And so in most cases, the subjective pronoun is doing the action or responsible for the action. Um, and I am going to use gender specific pronouns. If you prefer non gender specific pronouns, you can Google a similar chart and find lots of acceptable examples out there. As long as you apply the rules and use them consistently, then the gender neutral pronouns are perfectly fine to use in this class. So for first person subjective singular, I'm using I, you, and he, she, or it. And then plural, we, you, and they. All right, so when the pronoun comes at the beginning of the sentence, I took my dog for a walk, it's easy to choose the subjective to put as the subject of that verb. All right, we're very familiar with that. We know how to do that. The trick is when the pronoun comes in a clause that is after a pronoun or after a coordinating conjunction or in some other place in the sentence in which it's not obvious that the subjective case is called for. And so here are some examples of when you would and when you would not use the subjective case. And so the trick is to replace it with I. Does I make sense in this case? So our brother wants to break her record. So we need a pronoun for my brother, and his buddies must practice at the arcade. Do we use he or him? All right. It looks like it's after a prepositional phrase. And so we might be tempted to think, okay, it's the objective. We use him. However, this is actually a coordinating conjunction, right? Fanboys, we've got a complete sentence, a comma, another complete sentence. So that's a conjunction, right? And after the coordinating conjunction comes the subject of the next independent clause in this case. So must practice is the verb. We need a pronoun for the subject of that verb. So he must practice at the arcade in his free time. Just like I must practice. I wouldn't say me must practice. So if I can use I, then I'm going to be using a subjective case. All right, but what could break us up after all you and I have been through or you and me have been through? All right, again, it's not right at the beginning of the sentence, and so it might require a little bit of thought. So what's the subject of this verb? It would be you and I, because you is a subject of this verb, and then the pronoun that we put here is also going to be a subject of this verb. And so we need I. I have been through all of this. I am the subject of this verb, so we need the subjective pronoun. All right, Maisie told Jorg and I, or Maisie told Jorg and me about the search that had taken place before the reporters arrived. All right, well, told is our verb. Maisie is the subject of that verb. And so here, I have to use me because I'm looking for who Maisie told, not who told it. but who was told. And so me is the objective case pronoun that serves as the object of the verb told. And so this one I will indicate with X's is not the subjective case. All right, for this one we have another case. For subjective, we're only looking for where we can use I. When she is nervous about something, the little black cat prefers Paul and her or Paul and she to you. All right, so what are we doing here? Verb prefers, right? And so am I looking for a pronoun that prefers? No, because it's the cat who prefers, right? The cat's the subject of prefers. And so I need the object of prefers. The cat prefers, so I go to my objective case. What's the object that I can use here? The cat prefers me to you. And so again, not a subjective case pronoun.